everyone. And welcome to the Embrace It Community Podcast.
This is...
I'm your host, Bracy Goodwin.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Thank y'all once again for joining in. I'm so glad to see you. So glad to be here. Oh, man, it's just such a good day. It's a beautiful Sunday evening. And so I'm just really ecstatic, man, about being on tonight for some reason, because, you know, life be lifing. And so when you get a chance to really get a chance to talk to people and to share some things, man, it feels good to do so. It feels good to be able to get back on and talk to the people in the community, which I love doing. So many things has been going on. So many things has been happening, and I'm excited. I'm just excited about every day. Number one, just grateful to be alive. Just grateful to be here, to get a chance to come on and talk to you all. And, you know, like I always do when I open up my show, I'm so glad to have this platform to do that, you know. So if you are watching Embrace It Community Podcast for the first time, I want to ask you to like and share and subscribe to the show, which is shown pretty much on YouTube and my Embrace It Community Podcast page, and then my page itself. So I just want you to, if you can, share it, especially on the YouTube. Like I said, I'm trying to move over to that platform. And so I want your help. I need your help to do that. I need you to help me get over there and really build up my followers over there as well. So when you get a chance, just go ahead and do that and follow me on there. So like I said, every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. if you are on the East Coast, that's when I come on and just want to get on here and talk about what's going on in our lives, community. Where's your headspace? Where's your heart space? And where are you as just a person, you know, here in these day and times, because we're dealing with a lot. And this is why I talk about suicide prevention, because I know that a lot of people don't want to admit it because it's such a dark secret and dark voice that they hear. But I like to talk about suicide prevention, being an advocate for it, to get you to know that you matter, you care, we love you, and please do us a favor. And if you are having those thoughts or thinking about anything like that, jump on and call with 988. It's confidential. It's free, 24 hours a day, 7 days out of the week, 365 days out of the year. It's available in English. It's available in Spanish as well. So that's what I want you to do. So I am begging you, please do me that favor, because you matter to me and I need to have you here to keep joining the show, and we can possibly help you any way whatsoever. I'm here to do so. So this is what I'm asking you to do. So what else is going on here? Let's see. The show is coming on. The show is going good. I'm trying to get things set up here. Everything is going well. I've been talking to some really good people, and I'm going to mention one of my good friends that happened to have her own show. And I told her that I was going to make mention of it on my show tonight. So I want to have you all listen. She's got a radio show where, oh man, she's smooth, man. She does really good music. She is, you know, that voice there. Her name is Loretta Perry. She's got her show. So check her out. She's also she comes on Mondays, 8 p.m. to 11 Central Standard Time. That's 9 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. Real People, Real Talk, Real People, Real Talk Radio.com. And I got a chance to listen in on her. I mean, she's a phenomenal singer too. I was just, you know, listening to her music that she was doing, and a lot of her music is played overseas, but she's really good down here in Texas and down in Austin area. So support her. I told her I wanted to get it out there and get the word out there on my platform so that you can follow her on hers as well. So shout out to you, Loretta. Good job that you're doing. I loved your show. It was really, 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 really good show. All right. So yeah, I wanted to put that out there, but that was it. Let's see what else I got going on. You all know about the way that you can support the show, the buymeacoffee.com I put it up there every week. If you're not familiar with it, buymeacoffee.com/embrace it. You can do that. The QR code is in the upper corner there that you can click on and support there as well. If you want to reach me by email, I got an email address, embraceitcommunitypodcast@gmail.com. You can reach me there as well too. I'll put it back on before we get off here this evening. But that's what I want to get out and talk to you about this evening. So let's see what else. Man, I'm feeling good. Like I said, I just keep telling you that I'm feeling good because I'm seeing God doing some things that I never thought that He would ever do. But when you say when you say you're a believer and God is able to do some things, sometimes it makes you sit back and say, do I really believe what I'm saying? You need to figure out if you can believe what you're saying to yourself and what you say to yourself and repeat every week in church and things like that. So if I could step back, I remember working in New York City. I was my very first job. I was a mailroom clerk in Bank of America. So the building that we happened to be in was on Park Avenue, and it was a brand new building. And I found my way up to one of the floors that wasn't occupied by anybody. And like I said, I was 18 when I did this. And so when I went up to this floor and I found that it was pretty much open and nobody was up there. So I started just hanging out there during lunchtime and I was able to see out because I was so high. I was able to see out across New York City, all the way, pretty much all the way into New Jersey. And that's about as far as I can see from there. So in doing so, man, that became my secret place, that place where I went and had a good time talking to God about what I wanted in life, where I wanted to go, and where I was going to wind up. And this was 18 years old. And I said, I want to get out of New York City and I want to go that direction, which was west. It was west. Pennsylvania was west of me. And I didn't say I want to go to Pennsylvania, but I just wanted to get out of New York City because I was really tired of that hustle and bustle of New York City. And for some reason, I knew I was going to be out of New York City at 18 years old. Long story short, I winded up moving and getting out. But that was the time, and I'm setting the stage. That was the time when I got peace and quiet. I didn't hear the noise that was going on in the streets of New York City. And if you've ever been in New York City, the streets are loud, noise, horns blowing, people talking, walking, all this movement is going on. It's so loud you can't even hear yourself talk. But I was able to get to that place and have a conversation with God. And it didn't dawn on me. It didn't dawn on me then. It didn't dawn on me then that I was going to discover what I discovered where I'm at now. If I can say, I'm in this place now, right? I'm in this mindset of of getting to a high place to talk to God where nobody's around. So I'm in that place now. Let's fast forward. Okay, fast forward to today, where I'm at today in my life. There were some conversations I was having with God. I was like, listen, God, I just want to get closer to you. I want to hear you more because the steps and choices that I've been making wasn't good, and I wasn't doing. I didn't feel like I was doing as well. I was doing what I wanted to do, and at the same time, the things that I was doing wasn't pleasing to Him, and so they started backfiring. And one thing I noticed is that when I hear God's voice, I had to learn how to listen better because that is what the book is about. Why didn't I listen? So that's a book that I'm trying to produce. If I can find a picture of the book, I'll bring it up here as well while I'm talking to you. So there's a book that I'm writing. It's called Why Didn't I Listen? And so I'm working on that book because it's a lot. It's a lot when I'm digging deep into it. It's a lot of information that I have to go through, which has to start where the whole root cause of everything I was doing in life. So I had to really sit down and start writing from the beginning. And when I started doing that, I noticed when I got to certain chapters, yeah, it began to become very painful because when I was hitting it at the core. Why didn't I listen? So I started, I started there in a couple of chapters, and I stopped, and people keep asking me, good friends of mine keep asking me, when are you going to finish your book? And I said, I will. but it takes time. It really does take time because, like I said, when you're digging it up from the core, sometimes the things they hurt, sometimes the things are embarrassing, and sometimes the things that you don't want to put on paper, but you need to put on paper to help somebody. If you really want to get to the core of it and help somebody, you have to be transparent in this life, man. So this is what I'm learning how to do. So I haven't finished the book yet. I'm still working on it. I still got some chapters in there that I'm working on. But when I do finish it, I think it's going to be a very touching, moving book to really help some people because of the things that, we deal with that we don't want to share. We just don't want to talk about it. We try to keep it suppressed inside as long as we possibly can. And hopefully that nobody sees it. But one thing about, when you're carrying baggage, luggage, trauma, those type of things, eventually it's going to come out. It's going to come out, and you might not like the way it's come out, especially if you've been holding it and carrying it for so long and don't have anybody that you can trust with your inner feelings, your inner parts, your dark places that you've been through. If you don't have anybody that you can trust, it's not going to be easy to talk about. So being transparent is not easy because you think you're being trusted by a person, and sometimes it will backfire on you with the people that you claim that you shared it with, that they said, oh, you can trust me, I won't say anything or I won't do anything to harm you, but then they use it as ammunition. So that's another show, another topic. But those are the things that people go through. Those are the things that we all go through, not just men. uh, Everybody goes through these things where they have to go through and deal with the past hurt and the trauma to figure out where they are today and why they are where they are today. So remember, talking is good, and getting to a place where you can find some quiet and some peace and all of that stuff. It's another good thing to have. So here's what I experienced. It didn't happen in the church. It didn't happen during a counseling session. It didn't happen during a seminary. I was in a seminar, but it didn't happen in a classroom. It happened on a job site. So I was on this job site, right? And the only thing that was, I went up to the rooftop and I just wanted to just get up to the top because I had struggled with a fear of heights too. So I went up to the top. So went up to the top and it was just standing there. And I noticed a couple of things that was going on while I was up there. It was quiet. It was peaceful. So everything that was going on the ground floor, I couldn't really hear it. But I just got to this place where the chaos was now below me, and I can finally see the big picture. The moment the word came to brand, which I'm going to now talk about too, is something that I want to put together and start doing. This is going to be all over. It's going to call rooftop talk because from the time when I was a kid, 18, I would go to the top floor. I was able to talk and block out all the negative talking and vibes that was going on below me. And I didn't think of it back then, but now I thought about it now that I want to call this the rooftop talk. And it's going to be separate from the Embrace It Community podcast, but still one because it was birthed through all of this. Because some conversations can't happen on ground level. So that's why I called it the rooftop talk, because the truth looks different from elevation when you get up to that point. So this is where I was, right? I was up top, and I was just at this point, and the sky was cloudy. It wasn't bright or anything like that. It was just one of those days. And I was just there, just looking across the sky, looking across the horizon, you know, and only thing that was happening at that moment was just some peace and quiet that I was having. So in safety, when you work in these dangerous environments, people that work up there, get into a zone. They just get into this zone where they can focus on what they have to do. So in this here atmosphere, I just had this time, man. I was able to talk to God and clear my head about a lot of things, So I'm there and I'm having this conversation and I'm hearing back, what he was saying to my spirit, man. And it was just good. It was just even if I heard negative things or bad things or things that I need to change, because everything wasn't good. It was just some things in there I know I needed to take care of it. But he was confirming Here's some things I want you to take care of, and here's the steps that I need you to do it in. And one thing I know about the God we serve, he honors you. Well, you honor him when you listen to what he's saying. And so when you do that, hey, things go a little bit easier. You may not want to do it, but if you do it, trust me, it goes a little bit easier. So the rooftop talk. And I said, man, what a perfect idea to take conversations, possibly check the setting out. Close your eyes for a minute. Just check the setting. Rooftop setting. You got a podcast going on in one area, and then you have conversations going on in another area. And you might have some wine tasting going on in another area. And some people might be on the other end of the rooftop, enjoying what they enjoy, whether it's their cigars or just having a conversation or watching the game. So this is what all came to me with this rooftop talk. So that's just a project that I said I'm going to work on. So I came across a quote also, and the quote by Jim Ron. He said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on the job, you make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. So I heard that on the top, and I posted it. I posted it on my page, and I had to read it over and over and over again, just to get a better understanding. And I kept hearing it, and I'm reading it, and I'm just standing there for about a good 5 minutes. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And I had to break it down like that. And I stopped right there. Work harder on myself than I do on my job. Because sometimes everybody knows you can get so caught up in your job that you're working on your job and you making sure everything is right on your job. Why? Because you want to get paid from it. But when was the last time you stopped and worked hard on yourself so that you can get paid by God in a better way than you've been getting paid on your job? Because when you focus on making yourself a better me, that changes a whole lot of other things going on in your life. Now, what do you mean? Somebody asked the question, what do you mean? I'm glad you asked, Brace. So when I'm talking about working hard on yourself, only in the areas of your life where you need to work harder on yourself. Only you, I can't go into, I can tell you about me, what I needed to do in some of the areas that I needed to work harder on myself was. And like I said, this is my show. I'll be transparent. I wanted to reconnect better with my children. With all of my kids, I wanted to reconnect better and have a better relationship with them. And that took a lot of courage and a lot of faith in God to do it, because there's a lot of hurt that they were carrying that I didn't know that they were carrying. And so I had to be that dad to sit back and allow them to talk to me and express to me the things that they were dealing with that I never even know that impacted them. And I'm not going to get into everything, but I had to really take that moment and listen to them. So here I am praying to God, asking me to give me a better relationship with God. And if you're not willing to listen to them and hear them out without you saying anything, and um, then it's not going to better the relationship, because all they want to do is be heard. If I could take back some time and wish the time that I had with my mom and my dad, I just wish that they would have heard us. We didn't have a voice back then, but I just wish they would have allowed us to talk and have a voice. So if you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. And that's what the quote came from, John Ron. And I love that. So that's the conversation. That's what nobody's having on ground level, because on ground level, everybody's more focused on where they need to go, how to get there, what they need to get done. So that's why this show exists. I'm telling you, um, I want to build this relationship with people, like I build a relationship with people that I work with, that I'm over in safety. I build a relationship with them because it's not about being a boss, it's about being a coach to try to help them to do better. And to give you a prime example, today I went by, I was talking to some guys on the job, and they were talking. They was like, hey, man, hey, we surprised to see you. It was on Sunday. Went there right at the church, and I still had on my Sunday gear. I went straight to the job site. And they said, man, aren't you hot in all that black? Because I had on black. They was like, no, no, man. I said, I'm good. I'm just coming from church. And one of the things one of the guys told me that was really, really, really impactful. He says, yeah, I went to church too, but I did it on my phone because I had to work today. And so he did it from his phone, man, and I thought that was so cool. I thought just having that conversation with them, really, 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 just gave me that point where I felt that, listen, this is what I mean. I can talk to these people. I can talk to them on my level, and I can talk to them on their level too. So that was encouraging to me, and I just wanted to just check on these guys. I want to see how they were okay. So that's something that I did. So this is what this rooftop talk is being built from, I'm a veteran, to serve the country, and a lot of veterans too are hurting about some things that they're no one ever listened to them, but in safety, I've learned how to listen to people. I've learned how to build um, a relationship better with my children, and I'm trying to do something different that I've never done before, was never done for me. I'm trying to leave some type of legacy for them to have and to go by, for my kids and my grandkids, because I got 10 grandkids, and so I'm just trying to do something with them. But this is the whole thing about men and what we need to do, and women what we need to do. Let's just take some time out to really focus on who we are, what we got going on, and not so much just during the day and going to work. So that's what I want to talk about tonight, encouraging you to have that time, that moment to learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That was my main topic. That was really it. And the quote was really nice. Let me show you the quote. It says, learn how to work hard on yourself than you do on the job. If you work hard on your job, you can only make a living. Yeah, you'll do that. But if you work hard on yourself, you make a fortune. And what does that fortune look like to you? You tell me what that fortune looks like to you. So chat with me, talk to me back, in here. I'm here on the show, I'm listening to you as well, where I'm trying to help you in the community. I'm trying to help myself. So I'm just trying to work on be a better me. How many of you all are trying to be a better you? Not just a better worker at work, but a better you. That's what I want you to try to figure out what to do. What do you need to do for yourself to make you a better self, to make your fortune successful? Heard a pastor say one time when it came down to leaving legacies and things behind for your children. Look at getting a starter home if you can. If you can get yourself out of an apartment from renting it, because you can leave your children and your grandchildren a starter home, but you can't leave them an apartment. So I thought that was really good. So those are one of the things that I'm focused on, that I'm working on. But what do you think about the rooftop talk? Tell me, when you get a chance, drop me a message, drop me in the chat. You may not do it right now because I'm online, but you might check that just out later. I want some feedback on that rooftop. Because I do declare each time I've gotten to that level, whether it was on the 35th floor in Manhattan, in the building in New York City, or if it was on the third floor, or 3 stories up, man, it's just a peaceful place. Another place I used to go to, now that I think about it, I remember that this was before the towers came down. I would go there too, to World Trade Center 1, no, 2, building 2. And you can go up there for free and just stand up there and look out. And I used to stand there before I went home. Um, so that now that I'm thinking about it, man, I was like, okay, so I'm really trying to understand what intrigued me about going to the top of a building and looking out. But I think, like I said, the best thing that ever happened to me when I did that was this conversation I was able to have with God. It was like I was able to silence the noise below me and just get to that place and really, you know, in, in tune with myself. So that's what I wanted to share tonight. But what about you? Where do you need to go to help make you a better you? Mine was on the roof. Where do you go? You might have a place that you like to drive to and just get in your car and drive somewhere. Some people do that as well. Some people go on vacation and don't want to talk to anybody. Some people do that. Where do you go to help make you a better you? Where you can silence the noise, where you can get all the noise that's been going on, whether it's work, whether it's social media, whether it's the kids, whether it's the phone calls coming from, whatever it's coming from. Where do you go so that you can make you a better you? Some people may not have to go anywhere. Some people may know how to find it in their own solitude place, their prayer closet, or just shut everybody out. Just go home and shut everybody out. Because that happens sometimes. Sometimes I get into the point where I don't feel like talking. because I talk so much and I listen so much. So sometimes I just want to shut everything out, shut everybody out, and just get to a point where I can just be like quiet, don't hear anything. When I played every Sunday back in Ohio and New York, I remember especially back in Ohio after playing for a morning service and I had to go back and play for an evening service. And so by the time I'm getting ready to go home that evening, I had the radio on, but I had to turn the radio off because I didn't want to hear anything else. I just needed to just digress and just break this stuff down so I can prepare myself. Where do you go? What do you do to help yourself to be a better you? Okay, because some conversations can happen on ground level because also if you're on the ground level, I'm promising you this, if you can get to an elevation, it just looks so much different than the ground level. Uh, some people see that when they go on flights, they take a flight somewhere and they look how everything looks so much smaller, and that's what they always say. The higher you get, the smaller things. So where do you go to get that balance? So that rooftop talk that I'm going to be working on next. I don't know. I don't know how. I haven't figured it out. I'm just in the beginning stages of it, but stay tuned for rooftop talk. You know, who knows? Who knows where how this is going to be birthed? But I appreciate you watching and I appreciate you sharing. So give me your feedback on this. How I can make this rooftop talk atmosphere look, where I can take it. In my mind, I got some places. I got some places that I'm thinking of, but I want to know what you think. I want to know what you're thinking, where I can take this and where can it start. And so I think this is something good that was dropped in the rooftop talk. What do you think? The rooftop talk, right? Okay, but thank you all. Listen, I'm not holding you long. I'm not going to keep you long tonight. I just want to share those thoughts with you. And thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for supporting the Embrace It Community Podcast. You supporting it just by showing up, just listening to me, and then later on, hey man, I was on the show. Thank you. That's I'm not asking for anything financially, but if you can, like I said, get the QR code in the upper corner where you can scan the QR code and you can support the Embrace It Community Podcast that way as well. I don't have any other ways by means of support, and I'm not doing anything else but this. So this is what I want. The rooftop talk. All right. Help me out with this rooftop talk topic that I've been talking about here. If you're just coming on board, it's called the rooftop talk. And it's a place where you can just go and share and talk. So I'm going to take the podcast up there on the rooftop. I'm going to take the conversations up there, ladies and gentlemen, conversations going on, mixing the tables and everything like that. Like I said, I'm seeing a number of things going on, some wine tasting. I'm seeing that going on. I see, a cigar lounge, if that's your thing, if that's what you want to do. I see that happening too as well. So, but this is all going to take place on the rooftop. All right. So tell me what you think. Drop me some comments in here or talk to me later on. You get a chance to leave me a message or something like that. Like I said, you can reach me via email as well. But this is where I'm going. This is what the next chapter of the Embrace It Community Podcast is going to look like. You all know that this is year two. This is 2 years of doing this. 2 years of doing the podcast, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I mean, if I had to tell you the best part about the show, well, let me see. The best part about the show, I would have to say, is when I get a call or a text or email from one person out of all the shows of the whole year and said, "Man, thank you for sharing that. It helped me change my life. It helped me. You saved my life." So that's that make me so happy when I get off when I feel like I don't do a good job. When I hear that, I applaud myself. So thank you all for joining in, like I said, and watching this show. But thanks. It's that's 30 minutes I said I was going to be on here for. But listen, continue to share, continue to watch, and thank you for all your support that you do. I appreciate you all. And until we meet again, remember that this guy here, Bracy Goodwin, loves you And that's because I love myself. So I want to thank you all for watching. Have a good night. I'll see you again on the next show. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all take care.
Thank you for listening to Embrace It, the community podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Follow the community podcast page on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Please like and share the podcast with your community circle.